You too. Welcome back. Welcome back. Don't got the hoodie on. Today we're going to be doing a market recap. I did not take any trades today. Just going over the news for this week. We have NFP. Therefore, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday tend to be good. Thursday will be a little bit sketchy, but we do have red folder news. So Monday, obviously a little hesitant going into the day. Pretty much do a top-down analysis starting at the monthly. First off, we're still bullish. We're still at all-time highs. You can see on this weekly, end up forming this weekly CRT. Therefore, this previous week low could more than likely be the draw of liquidity. So, obviously, looking at Monday, right? Still respecting this daily fair value gap. Even on NQ, we did retrace back in equilibrium, respected this daily fair value gap, ended up closing within this candle. Therefore, this candle will be the draw liquidity. Going on to Monday, pretty sure we ran out that liquidity. Yeah, pretty much at market open. So there's that. We do have relative equal highs up here on NQ and ES. So that's something to look out for. Just mark this out real quick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are equal highs. Relative equal highs. Okay. Pretty much this candle did close bullish. Now the telling story is how we respect this fair value gap here. Alright, so you can see we respected it. Pretty much formed a little SMT at this low, and if tapping the NWOG, tapping inside of, or closing inside of this. So now you'd pretty much be bullish going into Asia session. Looks like we're probably going to attack all-time highs, to be honest. This becomes your breaker, right? If there's no SMT here, right, what are you looking for inside the breaker? As I've mentioned in previous videos, you look for SMT inside the breaker, which we end up getting right here. So this, depending on how we do overnight, I expect us to pretty much pump. But yeah, we're doing the market recap today, so we can just do what we saw going into today or last night. But pretty much opened at Asia and just pumped the rest of the day. So I was a little bit skeptical. I was looking for a little bit of retracement before possibly going higher, but we were also pretty close to all-time highs too, which is just a classic fuckery day, But yeah, if you were bearish, I'll tell you why I was looking to be bearish. So first off, market open, tapped this 4-hour fair value gap here by one tick, if you guys can't see, right? So tap that. Now we end up giving a small SMT, right? SMT, and here we're in premium. We have these previous week lows. So yeah, we have SMT here. Kind of hard to see, but SMT here now. Right, this looks like, if anything, power 3, right? Accumulation, manipulation, and 10 a.m. end up being the reversal, right? This is your CRT, right? In a classic reversal model, right, the candle sweeps out this candle's high, right? It's pretty much open, sweep out this, SMT, closing inside of this range. So now your draw liquidity basically becomes this candle's low. So pretty much you'd be bearish going into 11 a.m. As you guys can see, we also had another SMT here. So ideally you'd be a little bit more bearish on NQ or ES. From here, you could pretty much target these unmitigated 4 hours. You also have this 4-hour CRT here. So yeah, 10 a.m. open, you're bearish. So mark out these lows, these drop liquidities. Just mark out the blue line here, and then NWOG does become another good draw liquidity as well. But yeah, on ES, end up forming this breaker right here, going into, or hold on, right here. So this becomes your breaker. I was looking at this in the morning session, but we pretty much were just chopping, so I wasn't really too interested in something. Right, if you were bullish, Right, there is no unicorn here. Yeah, there's nothing here, so there's no really S&T to fuel this move higher, so this could easily be deemed as manipulation. So this becomes your breaker, right? We have a higher high followed by a lower low. Becomes your breaker. This also becomes your CISD. We'll mark it with a blue line. So if you pretty much, or I guess at 11 you're bearish. So if you're pretty much, yeah, so 1050. If you expect us to close inside of here, you could deem, yeah. So pretty much what you could do, right, for the unicorn. Obviously, as I mentioned in other videos, I don't like top ticking, bottom ticking. Right, I'd rather the unicorn form right during the trading session, but this is a pre-existing one that was formed in pre-market. So pretty much you would enter inside of here. Your stop loss would be at this candle's high, right? You would expect this to continue to hold, and then from there you would pretty much target the 4-hour CRT low, which could be around. I guess we did have a small S&T at London lows right here, but yeah, never disrespect to this. Still bearish. So yeah, you could target this, another 4-hour here, or you could target NWOG. I mean, this is just a fucking sexy RR, right? Ideally, you probably was risk. Mine's like at least like 250. So you see if we risk. Oh my goodness. All right, like 1 point. Jeez. Yeah, like 1 point. I don't know. Regardless, it's a fucking good ass RR. And then on NQ, where if you're bearish at 11 a.m. open, we did tap into, I think it was a 1 hour too. Yeah, this is also a 1 hour, so now you're pretty much just looking for a 5-minute CISD, which is pretty much right here. So right when we close below here, you pretty much just mark it into short, stop loss. Well, ideally it's above here, but your R is kind of cooked there. We could do is, I guess this is a good right here, because we have this little 5-minute that should get respected. So yeah, that's a good trade right there. This ended up netting you at 1.86. Obviously from there you could probably target like London lows, like right, or I guess right here, right? Yeah. So this becomes, yeah, 2.86R. So yeah, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Right, I mean, this is just classic ICT PO3. Like, this is just, this combined with CRT. I mean, yeah, this is just fucking. Yeah, I mean, this is just fucking beautiful. Pretty much textbook day today. Obviously, I didn't really want to trade too much today because you can see pretty much just, for the most part, you know, ranged. Besides having this one move at 11, pretty much the rest of the day didn't do shit. But yeah, pretty good example of Power 3 and CRT. But yeah, I pretty much gave you my outlook going into tomorrow. So, you know, I'll do a bull because I can make a side for both scenarios, just because. But we're at all-time highs. I don't know. We also opened up high on the weekly, so tomorrow will be a very telling story, right? If we don't hold this 4-hour going into the overnight session, right, you could pretty much expect us. I mean, this is literally your last chance. This becomes breaker, tapped into. This is ideally your unicorn once we create the S&T here. So yeah, tap that, relay the glass. So yeah, we'll see how we respect here. Pretty much what I'm looking at, something like this. If we're bearish though, I would pretty much need us to inverse this 4-hour, and from there, yeah, you can pretty much see these lows. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow should be good. Time news. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have today. Thank you guys for joining the market recap. Hope you guys were able to learn something from this. And my buddy Ashton, I'll show you guys real quick before I leave, ended up taking shorts. Let's see here. Saw the same thing, accumulation, manipulation, right? This is your manipulation, CRT, targeting this low. Yeah, he pretty much took shorts. Yeah, this is 3 minute for value, or 3 minute for value, yeah, but, yeah, this is pretty much what he took, targeting this 5 minute order block. Ideally, he should target this low, but, it's Monday, which is valid. Range conditions, so he took what he was confident, so that's good. But yeah, that's pretty much it today. Thank you guys for watching. Let's kill it this week. Let's not force any trades. Let's be patient and waiting for the setup to form before we take anything. As you guys can see, my funded. Oh shit! Oh my god! Hold on, chat. My funded are pretty much 3 are at pretty much break even. The other 2 are down 400. That's because of Friday. I ended up taking 2 L's. You guys saw. The first one was a human error. I had my stop loss at an unfilled 15 minute fair value gap. That was down. I was way too zoomed in on the 5 minute. And the second one, pretty much I went with half size and I lost that one too. So pretty much I'm not too worried because one trade I get this back. So not worried about shit, honestly. I've had a good month during September. Right, this is literally my second loss of second actual loss of the month. One was like a very small loss, so I don't really count that. So yeah, still done pretty good. Not gonna get emotional because I know who the fuck I am. I know what results I could fucking get. So not worried about shit. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. I'll be posting a market recap. I'll post a trade recap if I get that too. But thank you guys. If you guys aren't already, join the free Discord, free sauce. I send outlooks every morning. But yeah, y'all have a blessed rest of your guys' week, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.